Is this thing on? Can you see my face? Those are two things I started off today's podcast with. I'd like to welcome everyone. Thank you for coming back. Today we're going to be talking about how to stay motivated during them hot days. Before we get started, I want to thank everyone and appreciate your patience as I kind of fine-tuned this format, this whole podcast format, which is really fun. And like I said at the very beginning, I think this is probably like the third or fourth one I do that I will be saying thanks for your patience. Probably till I feel that I got a nice little, some good momentum, where I don't feel that I'm tweaking or adjusting anything as I go, that I feel that, okay, I got some consistency. I kind of have a setup. I don't have to trial and error new things. I got it all dialed in. Once there's less to none of that, then you'll probably stop hearing me consistently say, appreciate your patience. In this case, appreciate your patience. We're still going, We got some racket going around us. I don't know if you guys could hear that. I am adjusting volume levels as much as I can. To pick a time where there's nothing going on around here is almost impossible. There's always something going on. Whether it's the fan blowing, the air blowing, the compressor going over here, the hammer going on over there, the pooch is doing something over here, me rattling away at the tape. There's always something going on. So for me to wait till it's just perfectly quiet, I don't know if that's going to happen, which is why I'm kind of glad stuff's going on right now. My neighbor's moving some stuff, bless his heart. The AC machine is right outside. I won't know till I'm done with this video whether you guys could hear it or not, or anybody could hear it. I think the dryer's going. I turned off the fan. I might turn it on next time and see if you could hear it. Definitely comfortable for me to have it, but hey, we don't need to have. If we could avoid some noise by not having it, I'm down. If we could put up with the noise and have it, I'm hella down. So appreciate your patience. All right, let's get started. Weather has always been something in the past for me that would either motivate me or just mess me up and push me down and keep me from doing more than I could. I think this was just brought on through I didn't like the shorter days and the cold weather, because that usually meant summer was over. Not that I liked the season of summer because, I like summer because it's warmer and the days are longer and we get to do more. I loved summer because there was no school. And because there was no class in session, that means I had more free time to do all the stuff or any of the stuff that I wanted to do. Whether it was play, whether it was being creative, whether it was playing and being creative at the same time. It was just more time to do what I wanted to do with my time. I won't go down that rabbit hole because then that'll just open another can of worms. So I always enjoyed the longer days. So I think automatically I just started enjoying the warm days. I can't really say, man, it gets hot. I live in, generally speaking, Long Beach, California, Southern California. We pay for our weather here. I get it. And yeah, don't get it twisted. It's for sure we pay for our weather down here. Now, I don't know how it is anybody else. I don't know much about all that, but I've heard that, it's expensive to live down here. And I have gone to the other states and just simply looked at groceries and gas. And it's like, wow. I went to a gas station once in Arizona, and we were out there for a baseball tournament. We were getting ready to come back. We were all done wrapping it up, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to fuel up before I come back. I went to the gas station, got some snacks, and I happened at the time to be paying cash. I know as time goes on, that's just more and more old school. But yeah, I had some frog skin, I had some cash, and I went to the guy inside the little market. At the same time, I think I want to go pick up some snacks that I wanted. I'm a big snacker when it comes to road trips. I get to the counter and I tell the guy, yeah, can I get 60 on pump number 4? And he kind of looked at me like, how much? I go, man, I might have stumbled over my words, or I thought that I didn't say that. Maybe I stumbled over my words. I go, $60, please. He was a young cat, $60 please on number 4. And then, I'm also going to buy this, but let's just kind of get that secure because I'm close to empty. And he kind of smiles. He's like, you're not from around here, huh? But he went ahead and just did the transaction. He put 60 on the pump. It's on this too. It's like, yeah, you got some chips and peanuts and waters, a coffee. And it just kind of casually says, you're not from around here, are you? I was like, oh, no. I was like, oh, cool. Welcome to Arizona. Hope you enjoyed. You're going back? Yeah, small talk, whatever. So packed it all in. Took off later, bro. All right, man. Got back to the truck. Put the snacks in. Started pumping gas. And the sound we rarely hear in California is, the trigger going off because it's full. It's common here, more common now, because you pay a lot with your ATM or any kind of plastic. And usually you fill it up. If you're going to put gas, you're going to want to fill it up, and unless, money's short and you got to kind of spread your cash as much as you can. And that's smart. But when you know that you got to fill your tank for the next few days because you got stuff to do, work and all your other responsibilities and commitments, you just fill it up and you just go till it goes pink and the little trigger things just releases because the tank is full. When I was putting $60, I was like, that ain't gonna fill it up. It's gonna go till it kind of dials down and fizzles down to nothing, and then the thing just kind of lets you know that it's done, and it doesn't do that harsh hit because the gas level got all the way to the nozzle. So I'm going, and all of a sudden you're pink, and I was like, what? I was like, oh, okay, it must have kind of gotten loose or whatever. So I go in and squeeze it again, pink, squeeze it again, and I look over at the numbers, and it kind of says like $36.48 so far. I was like, $36? We still got plenty to go. Pink. And I was like, I made sure that it was like not malfunctioning. I was like, oh shit, it's full. And then I kind of paid attention more to the machine, and then kind of the size, on the machine on the bottom, it says how much per gallon. And I was like, what the, like 130 something at the time. Like 130 something per gallon. I was like, whoa, we're close to at the time, we were close to $5, 480 something, some stations maybe even at $5 or whatever, 5 and change. I was like, wow. I walked in and the guy had the biggest grin on his face. He was like, your change, right? I was like, yeah. He's like, I looked over at your truck. He's like, I figured you were from California since you wanted 60 on number 4. I was busted. No, the guy was laughing, shook my hand. Nice to meet you, bro. All that good stuff. Here's your change. So he played me. He knew I was going to come back because he knew $60 was like outrageous for somebody who's a local and knows what's up with their local prices. But man, we pay for living in these spots. I understand. So I know that it's not hot. Because I know other places, for example, we're talking about Arizona. I know they get triple digits hot. Here where we stay at, we rarely see triple digits. A few miles up, you'll hit, drive up 45 minutes, half hour even. You could on some days get to triple digits, no doubt, early triple digits, 101, 102s. You go a little bit more deep into the valley and stuff, and yeah, they're pushing heat out there for sure. Down here, not so much. However, when that's your bar, upper 90s, anywhere in the 90s, it starts getting toasty, and it could drag you down if heat is not your thing. Like for me, like I said at the beginning, heat was my thing because it typically meant that the days were longer. It was summertime or late spring all the way to early fall. These were long days where you could get a lot done. And someone who likes to do things and take advantage of the time, whether it's like my friend used to say, you're always building fences, whether you're building fences, or you're having fun with friends and family, or just like kicking it outside, enjoying the shade underneath a tree. There's always something that you could be doing. Never been so much of a lay down on the couch and watch TV kind of a person. So longer days meant you could do more stuff. You can go to the store, go to the shopping mall, go to a mall, go somewhere, and it's daylight. There's still time to do stuff. That's kind of been my thing, which is why I like longer days. Not that you can't do that in shorter days, but it's just not the same. It's dark means to kind of time to come in, and maybe that's the time you watch a little bit more TV. Maybe that's the time that you do a little bit more stuff inside. Take advantage of the long days. But I also understand that maybe if I didn't have that anchor towards summer's over, it's time to go back to school, I don't like fall, winter. I reprogrammed that, by the way. I really enjoy all 4 seasons now, 1,000%. And you might think, okay, when you were done with school, you liked the seasons again. You were good with the fall and summer. Like, no, because then I had kids. And then it meant school started, and then my kids went back. It's like, oh, man, I got to go through that. And I always had a thing about just kind of leaving them there all day and then picking them up. And it's like, it was always a thing for me. So what a little side subject. I mean, once we went online school, that was a wonderful thing. That was the best thing ever. I'm 110% team online school, because then the kid, and not only the kid but the parent, starts understanding the value of their own time. You don't have to go to school from a set time and another time that someone dictates. But if they give you assigned stuff to do, here, get this done sometime this week, it teaches you to be responsible for your time and not being dictated on what to do at what time 5 days out of the week. And then sometimes they come up with these crazy ideas that this is your weekend homework. Get out of here with that. If you look at, give me something to do in the next 7 days, I'll start learning and figuring out how I should do it so I can fulfill my responsibility and have it to you by Monday. Do you care when I do it? You just want it done by Monday. This is everything that I need to do by Monday. I'll get it done by Monday, whether I want to knock it all out on Monday and Tuesday, whether I want to stay up really late on Tuesday because I had a lot of fun stuff to do on Wednesday, whatever. Man, shout out to anybody who's participated or is participating in online school. It's the best thing ever. Loved it. Even before these crazy times, we were in it to win it, 1,000 with online school. Anyhow, that was my thing there. Even after, like I said, I had kids and they were going to traditional school in the early days, it was still like, oh man, now they're gone. And then by the time they come home, it's going to be a couple hours and it's going to be dark. Meh. But right now, we're talking about the opposite. Kind of like who I was in the cold winter rainy days. These hot days, how to stay motivated during these hot days. I mean, one of the obvious ones is change the temperature. Change the temperature in your house. Turn on the AC. Well, hold on, back it up a little bit. Do you have AC? Well, that's a different, that's up for discussion. We could talk about that. Do you have AC at the pad? Should you have AC at the pad? Because that bad boy changes your electrical bill. So that's something, easy for, if you have it and you could turn it on, easy for you to say. I grew up with no AC. I know how it is. But then you got other options. Change the weather wherever you're at. Get a fan. A fan is easy to come across. For the most part, I understand. You can get a fan. Put a fan in front of you. Change the weather. Now change the temperature around you. Now you could do some stuff. Find the coolest room in your house. Keep cool. There's got to be a cool room in your house. The whole thing is hot. Okay, well then maybe find a tree outside, a shade. Set up a tree. Set up a shade. You still have to do stuff. You still have to get stuff done. Now, if it's your day off, it's the day you're chilling, then find the cool room and kick it there. Bear that day as like I'm just trying to keep cool today. But if you have stuff to do, I understand. Like, okay, well, I gotta go in. I gotta vacuum the house. I gotta sweep the house. I gotta do chores around the house, right? Or I gotta go to work, and at work they don't have AC, or I work outside, or I work in an environment where just AC. We don't do AC here. It's or there's a bunch of us in this office and it gets hot, and just the type of person that gets hot real fast. I can't be in a room with 10, 15, 7 people or whatever. It gets warm in here. Do your best to change the temperature in your surroundings. Cool off. If they could put, I'm sure if you get into researching it a little bit, they have different options, and you can research it on YouTube, how to cool off by doing those cooling towels around your neck, if I guess the situation allows it. If you're lucky enough to work in an environment where they have the AC going, then you got nothing to worry about. On your way home, I don't have AC in my car. Okay, well then, learn how to cool off there. Drink water, nice cold, freezing cold water. Invest in a in a device that keeps your liquid cold. Like one of those flasks things, hydro flasks. Those things work amazing. You put cold water, and as long as you keep it shut, that bad boy will keep your cold water cold. So if your commute home is not that pleasant, it's hot. You might have AC at work, but now your way home is super hot. Sipping on cold water and having a good attitude behind it will keep you cool. You don't have to be in that situation for 7 or 8 hours, I'm assuming. Maybe your commute home you're lucky enough to have a 5-minute commute home, or maybe like a 50-minute commute home, or even, an hour and a half, 2 hours commute home. You have yourself a nice fat flask, hydro flask with cold of your favorite drink, water, maybe lemon water. And you have an attitude of, this is definitely helping me keep cool. You'll keep a few degrees cooler, and you'll get through it. You'll muscle through it, and you'll stay motivated to, maybe on your way home, you carpool with somebody and you want to have a good conversation. You don't want to be kind of just sitting there complaining about the heat. You're sipping on your really, really super, super cold hydro flask, or whatever kind of a container that keeps your drink cold. You can have a great conversation with your carpool buddies because you're keeping a little bit cooler. You're making the best out of your situation. That's a way to stay motivated enough to have a good conversation and make the ride home pleasant. You're the source of pleasantness by having a good conversation. Maybe it could even be telling them how you keep cool. Now you got 1, 2, 3, 4 people in the car that if they all learn to keep cool, like literally, like physically, by just drinking cold water, and they all take the time to invest in a device that holds their water nice and cold because there's no AC in the car, this will create a couple of notches up of pleasantness, because now the conversation is a little better because we got cold water and our body's just cooled a little bit more. At least you're putting in the effort to cool off a little bit by drinking cold water, by having a cold towel around your neck. You're getting through it. You're doing your best. You're being proactive and doing your best to stay motivated to make the ride a pleasant ride home. If you're at the house and you got stuff to do, same deal. Being at the house, of course, it's a little bit more convenient to go, wash your face with cold water. Go leave your drink in the fridge. Go run over to the fridge, get it, take a sip, put it back, shut it. You're good to go, right? Moving the fan to whatever room you're in. Let's say you gotta clean up this room. Your thing is that you gotta wipe it all down, and you gotta dust and clean if that's your thing, or you gotta take care of your little one. Find the coolest rooms. It shifts. Pay attention to which room is coolest the first and then remains coolest the last. Research. Go on YouTube how to keep your room cool. I found out recently just by it was accident or coincidence. My dog Tuna was like, hold on, let me check this real quick. Okay, cool. As a matter of fact, like, I just got a text from my wife about what time we're leaving for our walk with the dogs today. I was tripping out. I was just noticing she was walking outside, and my son was like, "Oh, look, she's probably hot." I was like, "No, it's really cool at her level." And I don't know why I thought about that, but it's like, yeah, I guess it makes sense. I go, "Watch, lay down with me on the floor." And we straight out laid down on the concrete in the patio area. And it was much cooler. So then I came in the house, and then I remembered kind of the whole just concept. Heat rises up. Of course it's cooler at the bottom. So here in my work area, I got on the floor. I was like, wow, it's noticeably cooler down here. So what do I do now is I put the fan, I don't know if you can see it, but I put the fan on the floor. I turn it on, and it points up. So it brings up because I don't have any ceiling. I can't put a ceiling fan in this kind of a structure here. So I can put a floor fan, and I point it up. So I shoot the cold air up, and it breaks up the hot air that's sitting on top. You're paying attention, and you're finding ways to bring the temperature just a little different. You're trying to change your environment so you could try to stay motivated during these hot days. We got a few hot days coming up. I just saw it. Like all this week is going to be, like I said, hot days for the Long Beach area, which is high 80s, and in a couple of days we're going to hit like mid 90s. So we're going to go to the lake. We got a little local lake. We're going to go to the lake. We'll take the dogs to the lake. Up in the lake is going to get hotter. We're probably going to be in like the higher 90s, but we're at the lake. So that's something too that we'll talk about. I mean, go places where you could stay cool. Responsibilities and what you need to do. Some of them is like, look, I'm a roofer. None of your crazy ideas are going to help when I'm doing the roofing. I understand that. I mean, I'm just trying to kind of brainstorm or help folks brainstorm ideas when your situations are different other than I lay tar in parking lots. Your fan idea ain't going to work. No, it's not. Absolutely not. And like, shout out to you and get it done. Get your hustle on. It's all good. But I'm saying, like, if you could postpone some of your activities or reschedule your activities, let's say you kind of run your own schedule and you do your own thing, or even the stuff that you're going to do at the house. Let's say you get home and you're kind of done with your responsibilities, your work day, and you come home. It's anywhere from 3 to 5 o'clock, whatever, 2 o'clock. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But let's just say you come home in the heat of the heat, and you were like set on cleaning your yard that day. You're gonna trim the trees a little bit. You're gonna rake the leaves. You're gonna cut the edges. You're gonna mow the lawn. Well, because you have the freedom to schedule that, because that's something that you have control over, maybe you should reconsider how you schedule those responsibilities, how you schedule those activities if they're not priority. Like, maybe you don't want to cut the grass at 2:30 in the afternoon when the sun is like blazing hot. If you don't like the heat, maybe you'll be more motivated if you wait till the sun kind of hits a certain angle where it's not getting you right on top of the noggin. Or you wait till you have a day off and you get at it early in the morning. Find out when you could start making racket outside in your area. 8 o'clock, 7:30, whatever, and you kind of start taking tools out half hour before that, lay out any extension cords you need to, the rakes, get all that going, get your favorite morning drink going on. So by the time that thing hits and you're not bothering the neighbors with the whole sound ordinance thing, you fire it up the moment you can and you get it done. Probably beat the sun. Or you beat the heat at least. You may not beat the sun, but you may beat the heat. Or vice versa. You may beat the sun, but you may not beat it could be like oven hot outside, but you don't got that bright sun maybe hitting on you. And of course the obvious ones, the big sun hats, those work. They look great too. They're like, nice big brim all the way around. It covers your back, your neck. They got the Columbia makes these nice shirts that you could wear if you're going to be outside with the FPS is the don't get me started too with the sunblock. PFC, they got technology. They got these shirts that have technology that keep the sun. And I big believer in clothing that has technology. It really, really does work. For any any non-believers out there about clothing having technology, heck yeah, it does. If you can find some outdoor sunny day clothes. There are great brands out there that have them. You'll definitely tell whether it has technology by the tag saying technology or the price tag showing you that, okay, why is this shirt $19.99 and this one's $49.99? It looks exactly the same. It does, but in the fivers, it has technology that'll help you stay cool. Maybe the sun's not going to beat you up as much. If you are going to be outside, make sure you put some of that nice sunblock on. You got to get it on. No, but the sun doesn't sunburn me. It doesn't sunburn you, but it messes you up in the long run. Make sure you keep your face hydrated with the proper lotions. I'm too rugged to have that. You know, it could cause some issues in the future that I don't care how rugged you are, those issues can affect you and your loved ones. So just do it for yourself, do it for the loved ones, and make sure that you put some protective sunscreen on your face and anything that is going to be exposed to the sun. So that's another thing, you could adjust your responsibilities. Adjust your priorities. Unless they're responsibilities and they have to get done by a certain time, then there's really not much you can do. Get her done. But if the stuff that you have control over, adjust them. If you don't have to do them in the blistering sun, wait till the sun goes down, or wait till a day where you could beat the sun up. I love all seasons. After I realized that that I needed to embrace loving all the seasons, I started loving all the seasons. I mean, without fall and winter, the beautiful fall and winter, you can't have spring, summer. It's just it is. It's just the way life works. I'm a big believer in the whole concept of life is like the seasons. I'll push that. I learned that many moons ago, and I'll support it and push it forever. I learned it from Jim Rohn. Life is like the seasons, and it sure is. And if you can't appreciate the downs, you cannot appreciate the ups. If you can't endure and be prepared and know that the downs are coming, then why are you sitting there wanting to enjoy the ups? Like you can't have the ups without the downs. Same deal, and it's not ups and downs is just a way to kind of describe it, but it just is. It's kind of like the seasons. The summer up and winter's down. Well, that's subjective. That's up to you. You can see it the other way. But it's the same thing. You can't enjoy spring, summer, dog, if you don't have winter, fall. Like once that clicked in here, I was like, oh man, I can't believe I hated on so many falls and winters. That's so like messed up. But again, I bought the wrong plan early on. I had the perspective I had for most of my life was an incorrect perspective compared to what I learned and shifted to now. Now I love all the seasons. All the seasons, I look forward to them. Right now we're creeping up into fall. Summer's coming to an end, and it's just so beautiful to see the leaves changing colors and how everything starts changing. I even see the behavior of my Valentina, my dog, how she even starts changing a little bit and kind of knows that fall's among us and falls is and things are changing. And it's cool to see that and to be able to go with the flow with that and also change and also prepare. I'm kind of seeing long sleeve shirts in my future. I'm kind of starting to think, all right, do I need some new colors of hoodies, or am I going to rock the same hoodie that I had last year? Which ones are going to go out? Which ones to leave a void so I could bring in new colors that match my style at this current time, this current chapter of my life. All those things. Before I would hold on to summer as long as I possibly could. Shorts as long as I possibly could. Not that I won't wear shorts right now, I'll still wear them. But you know what I'm trying to say is that I wouldn't let go because I didn't want to receive fall, because I knew after you fall, dang it, you had winter, you ain't bringing nothing better fall. And now it's like, yeah, let's get prepared for fall and enjoy fall. And then know that it's going to get a little wetter and a little colder. And we got winter coming. And those are great experiences as well. They're different. And then after that, what comes again? Good old spring. So now spring comes around, and then that's the whole cycle again. But when I started appreciating all the seasons, everything just completely changed. One thing too that I learned recently, and I appreciated it because I didn't know is that it worked, was cooling off with the shower. To me, a shower in the past meant you shower in the morning because you're gonna get started with your day, or if you're a night showerer because you want to shower before you go to bed, just to, call it a wrap. Some people shower during the day, some people shower in the evening, and that was it. The shower was to start your day, a shower was to end your day. You didn't shower in the middle of the day unless something happened, right? Or you were done early, or you were going to go to a party, or you were going to go to a dinner, or you were going to go to a meeting or something, and you were real sweaty from doing something. You wanted to kind of regroup and revamp, kind of freshen up. You would shower. I didn't understand or even know the concept of I'm going to go take a shower to cool off. My son was a big Cam was a big one on that. He was like, I'm going to take a shower. It's like, didn't you do that like 2 times today? He's like, yeah, but it's hot. Like, and then he'd come out and he would be wearing, his like just kind of casual athletic kind of clothing, and he'd take a shower. I'm thinking maybe he's going to come out in his pajamas already. It's 3:30. But no, he'd come out with another set of like athletic clothes. Sometimes even the same ones. Like, you didn't change. It's like, why would I change it? I just put this on like 2 hours ago. And I'm probably going to take another 2 showers or another shower because I'm going to go to the gym or I'm going to go play or whatever. And then I'm going to come back. I'm going to shower again. Then I'll change then. It's like, so you didn't change. He's like, I just took a shower like 2 hours ago. It's like, yeah, but didn't you like shower right now? I was like, well, I didn't really shower. I just turned on the water, went in there, stood in for a few minutes, and then came right out. Then that's when so you just go in there to kind of cool your body. By cooling your body, you kind of regroup, you kind of reset. It's kind of like, I guess, folks that have a pool. They jump in the pool, they cool off, and it changes your temperature. No, I've never had a pad that had a pool, so I don't know nothing about that. We have little like kiddie pools outside for the dogs, which kind of makes sense. That's kind of what really got the ball rolling on that whole concept of cooling off with water. I mean, I would wash my face with really cold water. Sometimes I'd even put my head underneath the sink and kind of really cool off. I remember one year, it was so hot. I was working for a tuxedo shop. And I was out delivering tuxedos to different shops that would kind of sub-rent some of their merchandise. And I used to have a truck that didn't have any air conditioning. My one and only car that didn't have air conditioning. It was in one year that was so hot that I pulled over. I went into a liquor store and I bought a gallon of cold water that actually sat in the refrigerator. And I just had to because I couldn't take it. It was just so burning hot. And I remember in the parking area, in the gas station, I remember kind of bending over the little garden area, the little landscape area, and just pouring this water over my head and on my t-shirt and on my face just to cool off because it was so hot. So then I kind of taking that old school experience and bring it into like what Cam's doing or was doing. Like, this dude is literally cooling off his body by jumping in the shower. Not necessarily taking a shower, like busting out the shampoo, conditioner, soap. I was like, dude, you're going to dry out your skin. You dry out your hair. He's like, I'm not shampooing it all the time. I'll shampoo it like once or like at the end of the day or in the morning, but I'm going to sit there and hit the shampoo all the time. Don't you have product in your hair? He's like, no, I wasn't going anywhere today. I don't got no product in my hair. Oh, so that works. I'll share that with you. Hop in the shower. There's been times too where he doesn't even wet his head. He doesn't wet his hair. Because he does have product in his hair. He just jumps in, cold water all over his body, or cool water. I know some folks are down with like just the cold handle. Not all of us. We like cool water, but not cold water. So you get cool water or cold, whatever. Run it all over your body in the shower. Get through all that, cool off. Dry up, get dressed. Again, these are like if you have control of your day, if you have liberty of your day, and you could come home whenever you want, if you're not at home, or if you're at the house, if it's a day off, or you operate out of your house. No, you could do that. Change the temperature of your body. Do that with a little fan going on. You'll stay motivated to do what you got to do. Get work done here at home. If you want to doing stuff to better yourself, if you're doing a little reading, if you're watching some YouTube videos, if you're doing tasks around the house, I got to go outside and do that. I got to go do laundry. I got to do this. After you're done with that, go do a quick cool off. It'll motivate you to keep on going because now I'm cold. Matter of fact, I'm even a little chilly because I did the whole cold water thing and I'm not into it, but I did. Now you got like, cool. Now I could go do that run over to the store. Go do laundry, or go clean the kitchen, or start on dinner, or do whatever I'm going to do. Or get work done, like I said, send those emails, or make a video, or take some pictures of your, online picture thing or whatever. If you record a podcast, if you do, like I said, YouTube video, whatever it is that you do, you get it done. It kind of gives you like, you bring down the meter of hotness. And it'll allow you to go get some stuff done. If you got to go clean up the patio. If you got to go pick up the kids from school or whatever. If you could take it down and cool your body off. I've heard about cooling stations. We'll get into that. With stuff, if you have stuff to do, let's say you gotta read a report. You got to read something, or you got to watch something on your computer, and your computer is set on the hot room, and then it's just like the beginning of summer and it's going to get really hot. Move your setup. Figure out how to turn it. I mean, if it's a laptop, it's mobile. If you got a little tower thing going, whatever, then figure out how to turn it off, unplug it. Good opportunity to vacuum it, clean it, hit it with the can of air and clean it up, vacuum it, and go choose that cool room of the house, the coolest room at the house, and set it up there. Maybe a fan by the window, or if it's too hot outside, I get it. Maybe a couple of fans with your cold water. But don't stay in the hottest room of the house. Oh, but that's where I got my office. That's where I got my desk, where I do my schoolwork or my work, or whatever it is that I do. Yeah, but remember, we're doing how to stay motivated during hot days. And if you know you're going to go through 5, 6, 8, 12 weeks of hotness, I know the computer doesn't look nice in the dining room. I know the computer doesn't look nice in the living room, in the front room. I get it. Especially if you're trying to make that, at least that one room, look hella sharp for guests and friends or whatnot. But I think everyone who lives in your area will understand. Say, looking in what? It's hot AF here. The back room is really hot. My bedroom is even hotter. This is the only room that stays cool. I moved my computer here. A little temporary desk while we get through summer. And then I'll move it back and we're good to go. It's a conversation piece. You could even tell people it's a reason to have a conversation. They're like, why'd you move here? Because it's hot, and the next 2 months is going to be hot. I want to put it here so I can still get my stuff done. I can still get my work done, my school work done, my responsibilities, whatever I have to do on the computer, pay bills, whatever it is that you do. Even entertainment, even that's where you, or education, where you watch your seminars, or even watch entertaining videos for entertainment purposes. At least you're a little cooler there. You can move your station, move your whatever it is that you do. If you knit, if you sew, maybe it's a good opportunity to say, I know it's a pain to move my sewing machine to that room, but for the next couple months, it's going to be hot. Could we move my sewing machine to that room? I know it's not going to look pretty, but it's going to keep me a little cooler to stay motivated to keep going and doing the things that I got to do. The other thing that you could do is, it's kind of like I said, the whole landscaping thing outside, or anything that you have to do outside. Clean the car, sweep the patio, do the yard. Try to schedule it in the later part of the day, or beat the sun and do the earlier part of the day. Here's a little twist to that one. If you could reschedule what you do if you don't have, again, if there's flexibility, if you have control of the flexibility and you can do these things whenever you want to do them. Like if the house gets hot from, noon to 4, maybe at noon to 4 is when you choose to do the outside shopping center stuff, grocery store stuff that you need to research for the house. Maybe it's a good opportunity those days that's when you're going to go kind of shop a couple of stores to see what their prices are on the laundry detergent, on the fabric softeners. Like, well, I could check online. The thing is to get out of the house and go to a place that has air conditioning, assuming that maybe you don't have any, or it's broke, or it doesn't work. So what you do is you can do that. You can do all your in the house work in the morning if you have control over that, or later in the day, and during the hot hours you go do your grocery store shopping. And don't try to do it all in one day. Why? Because you want to cool off the whole week. You got 7 days, 5 days to try to cool off. So do part of your grocery shopping on Monday. Then do part of the home goods kind of stuff shopping on Tuesday. And then go do other grocery shopping on Wednesday. Maybe go research laundry detergent on Thursday. You got 2 hours to kill where you can walk around slowly on these department stores or shopping centers, or go clothing shopping. Listen, but I don't need any clothes right now because I already got everything. You're not necessarily going to go because you want to buy stuff. You're going to cool off. You're going to cool down. Go shop. Go see what's up. Research what would look now. When you're ready to buy something for the house, what would look good? This is the time where you research. You spend some time in the cool area, but just know that you got to get your stuff done. You got to get your work done, your responsibility, before it gets hot or after it cools down at the house. But during the peak part of the heat part, stay motivated by going to these areas that offer cool air, such as shopping centers or department stores or malls or stuff like that. Those are just the things, some of the stuff that I've done in the past. It gets hot in this room. We figured out how to keep it cool. We went as far as to we need to plant a tree right outside this window. We need to keep this room cooler. We got room right here. We're going to plant a tree. When's the best time to plant a tree? 10 years ago or today? We did it a couple years ago, so we're on our way. We did it to the front. The wall would get so hot because the sun would beat it down. Let's put up a tree right here. Planted a shade tree. Best thing we could have done ever. The coolest room in the house. These are all little things, like I said, that I've done on hot days. How to stay motivated during hot days, because it's going to get hot, it's going to get cold. On the hot days, that's what we do to stay motivated. I've seen my son, like I said, he taught me about the cooling off showers. If you got a pool, man, jump in, stay cold. Come out, dry yourself up real quick. I had a friend who did that. We're out working at one of his friends' house, doing a little side work right there. And he's like, man, it's so hot. He took off his shirt. He had swimming trunks on already, took off his shoes, jumped in the pool. He's like, oh, we're swimming? He's like, no, we're just kind of cooling off. He hopped out, dried off. We kept on working. Did that 3-4 times during a full day of work. He was cooling off. Obviously, not all of us have pools at the house, so my old school friend, my longtime friend, he did. He was a genius. I just figured it out right now. Shout out to Uncle Gabe. He had a kiddie pool when we were teenagers, and he'd come home, throw on his shorts or his underwear, set up a TV in his backyard, and hop in the pool. I thought it was hilarious. I thought that was just like, what are you doing? That doesn't work. Come to find out, that was the most brilliant idea. Probably got a pool for like $5, $6, $7. Those plastic kiddie pools, the ones I use now for my dog. He used to fill it up, chill out, watch the baseball game out there. He's a big Dodger fan. He'd sit out there and just watch the game in his underwear in a pool. Genius. Keeping cool. So those are the tips I got for you guys. That's how you stay motivated during hot days. You got to get it done. You got to get the work done. You got to get your responsibilities done. You got to get your hustle on. You got to get your learn on. You got to get your fun on. But in order to do those things, you got to stay motivated. And some of these days get hot. We're going to get in the 90s here. And some places are in the hundreds, in the hundies. These are just a few tips on how to stay hot. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks for stopping by. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to do, you know how it rolls. You know how it works. Hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. You got some links in the bottom to hang out with me on social, all that good stuff. Let me know how you get cool in the comments, how you stay cool, how you stay motivated. Better yet, how do you stay motivated during hot days, or how you stay cool? Drop a comment in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.